No, we're
Just
doing
gonna
another
record
one?
Yeah, just gonna record the after show. You know.
We'll get an after show now? When do we get one
Well,
of those?
Below Decks has one. We should have one too.
Yeah, because that's the quality of entertainment we want to be comparing ourselves to is Below Decks. We're better than that. Come on, man. All right. I found my beater car. I found it. I just found it just now.
Did it come crashing through the passenger side window?
No. I was scrolling Facebook.
While driving. Great.
No, I'm done. I'm done driving. I've been done for about the last 15 minutes. It's a 1989.
Well, you would think you could bring more energy to the podcast then.
No, I can't. This is the only energy I got. I'm bringing the energy right now because I found a 1989 Bentley 8.
Ooh.
Would you like to take a stab at what they're selling it for?
$800.
Not that low. Hey, you add a 1 and 2 zeros in front of that, you got something.
18,000?
No, $9,000.
Pass.
It's clean.
Pass.
Like showroom clean.
Pass.
Why?
Do you know why it's only $9,000?
Because repairing it's a bastard.
Because the brake system is somehow mysteriously hooked up to the hydraulic suspension, and if it isn't right, neither one works.
Yes, I know.
Quite so. Yes, I've had them in the shop. Pass.
143,000 miles, clean brown beige interior, leather seats, clean carpet, along with original floor mats.
Great. 400. Now we'll talk.
It's been serviced its entire life.
It would have to be. Otherwise, it wouldn't be on the road. No. When they're working, they're great. And when they're not, they're not.
It makes a really pretty lawn ornament.
If it makes it onto the lawn, yes.
Well, it'll make it onto the lawn. The lawn may not be yours, but it'll make it onto the lawn.
Yeah, it has the most. Those things have the most convoluted brake suspension systems known to man.
Yeah, it uses the hydraulic booster for the brakes to also pump up the suspension.
Well, it's beyond that.
If you lose either or, if you lose the seals in the suspension or the lines to the brakes, you lose all of it.
Well, let me freak you out some more, shall I?
Oh,
all the lines for the suspension and all the lines for the brake system all converge in one big controller box. I believe it's on the passenger rear. Because the amount of braking force and input that you're putting in adjusts the suspension, and vice versa. The amount of stuff going on in the suspension changes the braking because the car is trying to figure out what's going on and how to keep itself balanced.
So if there's a lot, if it's a particularly really rough road, you're gonna have a hard time using the brakes.
When the system's working, it's fantastic. The car is smooth. You can run it over a washboard road and have absolutely fantastic control and a great ride and very accurate, sharp braking no matter what you're doing. You won't spill your tea, and the Grey Poupon does not go rolling around inside the cockpit. Nothing.
It's a Rolls-Royce.
Same company back then.
It was not.
Well, then the Bentleys had Rolls-Royce engines.
Yeah, they were buying them from Rolls-Royce.
Okay.
Koenigsegg had Mercedes engines. They were never owned by the same company.
But back then, Bentley and the Rolls shared the same body shell.
No, because Bentley was being used that might have been during the British Leyland years when they were both owned by British Leyland.
Yeah. No, now they're separate. Like Bentley's German.
Yeah, and they were Centlet before that. Yeah, it's VW.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Bentley, Audi. Hang on. It's Bentley, Audi, Bugatti, Lamborghini, and VW. And another one that I can't remember. They're all owned by VW, the VW Auto Group. I think it's
Bugatti.
Seat. I said Bugatti.
Oh, did you? I missed it. Okay.
Yeah, I think Seat's owned by VW as well.
What did you call me?
Niche. That's a very niche Italian car brand that never took off in the U.S.
And it shouldn't have, because some of those niche Italian cars. No, thank you.
Well, Seats were really popular in Europe, but they were like the Italian version of Citroen. They make kind of quirky cars that you either liked or you didn't.
Yeah.
So Citroen's like that. Yeah. For listeners that don't know, Citroen is a French company that makes unique vehicles. They consider themselves automotive innovators, and usually what they innovate is the most convoluted way to drive a car.
Yeah, that's that. Mm-hmm. That's about right.
While also being French, so it's as reliable as a baguette.
I think your baguette might be a little more reliable.
Yes,
does it say what engines?
Are much like what?
Does it say what engines in your Rolls Bentley?
It's a 6.7 liter V8.
Ooh, I think that's the one where they they could supercharge.
I know they didn't say if it was supercharged, but it said it
No,
was
that would have been
7 liter
that would have been
V8.
the R version would be the supercharged one.
Yeah, but good luck finding that supercharger. Good grief.
I just put an 871 on it and be done with it.
Get the blower off a train motor, put it on there, call it a day.
Yeah.
Well, I can do what all the rednecks on YouTube are doing and come and swap it and put a fully independent suspension on it from something else.
I was going to say LS swap it, but sure. Yeah. Cummins. Rolling coal in my Bentley.
Weston Champlin's doing it to a Rolls-Royce Ghost right now.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Right.
Or Phantom. I mean, it's not a Ghost. It's a Phantom.
Does it say what model it is, though? Is it the
It's Bentley 8.
Just
That's
an 8.
the
model. It's an 8.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See if it says anything on the back of the car here. You know what? Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it's just an 8.
Well,
taking a lot of pains to not show the driver's side rear corner in full.
Yeah, probably has an oopsie from when the brakes and the hydraulic system failed.
You got broken taillight.
Yeah.
Whoopsies.
Oopsie. Anywhere in the ads say bring a trailer because,
No. Surprisingly, it says runs and drives very well.
Wow.
It just got serviced not that long ago. And the price is down. It's like, I'm not in a rush to sell because it was like it was like $14,000 is down to just under 10.
Well, keep holding out. When it cracks 1,000, let me know.
Yeah, I will. Someone will buy it. It'll hit like $4,000. Some YouTuber will buy it and run it into the ground.
Yeah, maybe what's his name? We'll blow it up. What's his name? Whistling Diesel.
No, he lives in Dubai now.
Does he really? Oh, really?
Yeah, he moved to Dubai with his new weird girlfriend and stopped making car videos.
Okay.
He only makes videos about his girlfriend now. That's
Didn't
real weird.
see that coming.
Yeah, he met some hot European girl. Threw him off his game. Weird.
Wow. Okay. So he builds a brodozer, then meets some hot European chick, and then loses his mind. Got it. That tracks.
Yeah, you're truncating a few things, but yeah, that's the gist of it.
I was thinking he met some hot European chick, and did it turn out to be some guy in
Nigeria?
In Africa? Yeah, Nigeria. In Lagos. That's just scam or China. I guess the big place for that going on now is China.
It's Africa. No, the sexploitation stuff is all in Africa.
Well,
I was just listening to someone talk about that.
The pig butchering, they used like a lot of Chinese people involved with pig butchering.
Okay.
Yeah, which is developing a fake relationship with somebody and then cleaning them out financially.
Oh.
Yeah.
To know that.
And it's called pig butchering. And a lot of the people who are developing their relationships are indentured to the Chinese overlords. So actually they're slaves.
Well, and by the time they're done with you, you'll also be indentured to the Chinese overlords.
Be indentured to somebody. Yeah. It's bad. It's really bad. And it's sad that people would fall for that,
There's a lot of lonely people around.
Well, and I think the social medias have made it worse. That's just,
definitely not helping.
One angry old man. Hang on, I gotta go yell at a cloud. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, that just fall for that. It was even on one of my police shows where the guy's like, he's out there wandering around a park with his phone, and someone calls and said there's a weird guy walking around the park staring at his phone and kind of out of it. And
they can't even walk around in the park looking weird now. Oh,
no, apparently not. Apparently you can't. Not if you're expecting a girlfriend.
Where you could go. I thought the public park was where you could go to be weird and look at your phone. Now I can't even do that there. Come on, man.
It's a different time now.
Jeez,
so the police.
You go to the public park. You see a man in a trench coat. You know not to talk to him, but that's where you expect to see him.
You know the rules. That's right.
And so does he. You don't make eye contact and he won't bother you. Those are the rules.
So this guy was wandering around and the police make contact with him, just like a welfare check kind of a thing.
Yeah, hey, man, what's up? What are you doing?
Yeah. It's like, I'm waiting here for my girlfriend. Like, okay. And
okay.
There's some disconnect there. Okay, waiting for the girlfriend. Why are you texting her? Yeah, she's giving me this here messaging me and stuff, and it's like, okay, and you're supposed to meet here. It's like, yeah, she told me she'd be here and I should meet her. And okay, yeah, I sent her money so she could get here because she doesn't live here. And then the cop's like, "Oh crap!
Oh
Like,
no, yeah. Buddy.
Could I see the messages that she's been sending? He's like, well, he's like, don't worry, man. I've heard it all. I've seen it all. No judgment here,
Yeah, you can't. There's nothing you can't that you can say that
That's
I
right.
haven't already either said or know about.
Right. Or, so we won't even talk about my mail order Russian bride who hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah.
So the guy shows him his phone. The cop's scrolling through the messages. He's like, oh, crap. He goes and talks to the other cop. I'm like, oh, we're going to have the talk. Oh, the talk? Going to have the talk? What is this?
Well,
like,
it's the birds.
He's like
and
13.
It's the birds and the bees and the bees and the bees and the birds and the birds and the birds that used to be bees and the bees that used to be birds but still have a stinger.
As son, now that you're a little older, you're going to junior high school, and you may have some feelings that are new to you. Your body's changing. Like the talk.
No, the other talk.
No,
now that would have been fun. That would at least broken the ice. Walk out to put his arm. Well, son, after a day, your body might start changing. The other cop hits him like,
no,
the other talk.
Right.
Right.
I sit down with him on the bench and I go, listen, we think you're a victim of a pig butchering. And the guy's like, what? Like, look at these texts from your girl. You sent her, your fictitious, this girlfriend, money for an operation for her mother? It's like, yeah, her mother was in really bad shape and they didn't have any money for the operation. So I sent them and then you sent her money sent her money so she could come and meet you because she was so grateful and she wanted to come and meet you. Like, yeah, you've been pig butchered. Because
have been catfished.
Like, well, yeah, you've been catfished, and then they just take you for everything they can get out of you. It's like, oh man, I took out a loan for this. Oh no.
Yeah, they do. They get you with that stuff, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the poor guy. I felt bad for him. First, it was like, okay, weirdo in the park, and then it's like, Anyway, so the one cop left. He's like, okay, you know what, we're okay here. So put himself back in service, and then the cop sat with the guy on the bench for a while as the guy's like taking it in. You can see his facial expressions changing as it's sinking in. It's kind of like Sally Field in the movie, what was it, Mrs. Doubtfire?
The whole time.
As the levels of deception start sinking in. And the guy's I think the cop started with, okay, we're going to have the talk, and ended with, I think this guy needs to be put on suicide watch. Because,
Yeah, that's rough, man. That's rough, buddy.
So I'm thinking, okay. I did see the weird, like I didn't watch them, but I saw the weird videos from Dee's whistling, and I'm thinking, okay, the account's been hacked. Someone's AI'd him.
No, that's him.
Wow.
No, he's basically turned on his fans.
Yeah, because the one of the videos was a little off-putting, shall I say?
Yeah. He has like a hour-long video or something like that. So it's just him ragging on his fans for not liking his girlfriend because she's changed him. Because she has.
Well, it's like just like any guy that meets the wrong girl and then she isolates him and changes him. Starts doing some molding and shaping.
Some of
and
it
all
is
his
that
friends,
she's changed some of him, and some of it is that he's just showing who he's always been. I've personally never liked Whistling Diesel as a person.
Oh, well, he's the kid that
I've never liked his content. I've never liked what he does with his content. I've always felt like, and people are like, oh no, it's a character. It's a character. You don't understand. It's a character. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure that's who he is. And he just plays it off like it's a character.
He's the kid that comes over to your house on a play date and breaks all your toys and then thinks it's funny.
And then laughs.
Right. Which I always find a little bit on the annoying side, yet somehow entertaining.
Sometimes it's funny, sometimes some of the
I
stuff
do like the one where he told he had the Cybertruck on the lift and then it drove itself out of the shop, and then he told it to park itself and it came crashing through the shop back to the lift. Oh, that was hilarious. That's a good bit.
I mean, that's some of like I said, some of his stuff was funny, and I did watch a few of his videos, and some of them were funny, and I kind of enjoyed them. It's just I could tell that there was an underlying, what's the word I'm looking? I'm trying to say this delicately for the listeners.
He's not putting on airs. He's not putting on a personality act, That's just him.
Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
But he plays it up like it's a personality act. Like it's like this isn't me. You know, this is a character I'm putting on. It's like no. I think the other person that you're claiming to be is the character, and this is you.
Or are we watching?
What really soured me on him was the when he got that beautiful General Lee, the twin turbocharged. He got a beautiful twin turbocharged, fully restored 1968 or 1969 Charger General Lee, and then proceeded to absolutely tear it up, smash the windshield, beat the crap out of the car. And I'm like, oh, dude. And then him and his fans like, well, if you don't like it, you don't get it. It's like, no, that's not how that works. It was clearly a build that someone put a lot of work and effort in to make it very nice, and then he just didn't he had no respect for it. Nod off in the background there. Where'd you go?
Hang on. Drop the headphones in the coffee cup. I'm here.
Dropped the headphones in the coffee cup.
I did. I went to shift my headphones and I set them for a moment. Went right into the coffee cup. Whoopsie. Did I interrupt a good rant?
I don't even know if you heard the whole rant.
I did. I missed out a bunch of stuff. I got a new set of headphones on now. I know. I heard twin turbo General Lee.
He had a really nice General Lee that someone put a lot of effort in to make it very, very nice, very cool car.
Yeah.
And he smashed it. He smashed the windshield. He was beating it with a bat. Just drove the ever living crap out of it. Was dead hooking it all over the place. And I'm just like, dude, it's a car that's a car that people aspire to have
someday.
There are a finite number of them
because people did stuff like that to them for TV.
Right, well, because the Dukes of Hazzard TV show did that to them for TV. Like there is a finite number of that car in existence and they're not making more. Like they're not like it's not like a modern Ferrari or some of the other cars he smashed up, like the modern G-Wagon and all that. Where like they're making more of those cars. That he did not take something valuable and rare out of circulation, and then beat it up. Like it's a car that anybody feasibly could go get if you had the money.
Well, the flip side of that is Mark Warman just finished restoring the General Lee from the movie, the jump car that jumped the freeway.
Yeah.
The biggest General Lee jump in history onto the freeway.
Wasn't that from the remake?
Yeah, from the movie, right. With Jessica Simpson and Johnny Knoxville and all those guys. Yeah. And man, was that car, the whole top of the car was like 8 inches taller than it should be, And for those who don't know, Mark Warman, a Graveyard Cars. Warman is sometimes intolerable with his antics, but he's way different than Whistling.
But he's a different kind of intolerable.
Yeah, he's a military guy, retired, and he has that. Man, I've worked for military guys like that. They're just, I don't want to say it's not gallows humor. It's just a really twisted,
they're very
annoying,
off color,
but not.
They're very
crass.
off color, but not crap. No, they're just off color. Like they're off kilter. It's just just weird
and annoying, and somehow annoyingly endearing. So. Usually, right? Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, they're annoyingly endearing, and then sometimes endearingly annoying. Like it's like I love you. Shut up.
Exactly. And then doing stuff just as and he does stuff to see if his guys are paying attention, or does stuff just to annoy them. He'll say one thing and then intentionally contradict himself just to get a rise out of people, and then deny it. I didn't say that. And then they go back and show the video footage of him saying it.
Yeah, because he knows he's on camera. He knows he's being recorded 24/7. So he knows he's making a good TV show. He makes a really good TV show.
Well, that's what he says. This is how this is all for TV.
And if it is all for TV, that's fun. That's fun. It's fine. If he does it when the cameras are off, that's when he and I would have to be like, listen, you're killing me, Small.
Just a meeting between you, me, and Louisville Slugger here.
Yeah.
But one thing he does get lots of credit for is building period correct, absolutely factory accurate Mopars.
Yes.
Just down to how not only down to the correct bolts, but correctly turned to the correct position. I mean, the factory assembly line markings, everything. And he took that General Lee car from the movie and he did a period accurate restoration for the car which I guess was a 70. It was still the body style we all loved, but it was a 70.
Well, yeah, it was a 70. It was a 70 manufacturer year, but it would have still been a
for
69 model year.
Right. That's right. And he had to graft in a completely new 69 coronet front clip to make it right. But then by the time you got done with it, you could put it alongside a 69 that rolled off the factory and not know the difference. Numbers matching 440, everything, every mark on the mark on the trunk, the deck lid, trunk lid, the marks on the core support,
all the bolt marks on the transmission, and all the torque marks for everything.
Right,
that's
down
what
to
he
the
does.
period.
He does a
right.
full concourse.
Yeah.
Restoration
period correct wires, period correct hoses, period correct, and
period correct headaches.
And then built it forward from there to replicate what they did to make it a stunt car. So what you had was a period correct, generally movie car.
Stunt
car. Right. So it had the roll cage in it. It had the slightly different dash that they used in the movie. They used, it had the extra bracing, except for what they couldn't fit around the 440. Like some of the bracing they couldn't put back in because the jump car, the stunt car, only had a little small block in it. And the tags for the car that they used were for 440.
Yeah.
So put the car back, period correct, numbers matching, and then built it as to the movie stunt car, which I thought was just fantastic. You talk about you want to have a rare charger that now a one-of-a-kind charger because it's got movie provenance. Yeah. And then to have some snotty kid go back and destroy something like that with a baseball bat makes my skin crawl.
Different car, but yeah, same idea.
Yeah, same idea.
I mean, they had done some resto mod stuff. It wasn't all like Mark Warman restored. It was resto modded.
Yeah,
but it was done to a really good level. And it had the turbos poking up out of the hood, and it was cool. It was really cool. I'm just like, dude. He's like jumping around on it, standing on it, and like, oh.
Yeah.
Some body guy's watching this that did all the time to make that car straight and perfect, and you're standing on his paint job.
Maybe he had to move to Dubai for his own safety.
He might have.
Too soon? I don't know. But
I don't know.
This bunch of body guys got together and like, okay, that's it. You're history, pal. We've watched this show long enough. Anyway.
I just couldn't. That was when I stopped watching. Once he did that, I was like, I'm out.
That's the crossing the Rubicon for you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and then when he would, him and his fans would all get all like if you tried to say anything about like why are you doing that, that's a really cool car, like you should respect it. He's like, well, if you don't like it, you don't get it, and you don't need to watch.
Right.
I'm like,
and that's
I like that car. Like, come on, man, respect the car, respect the build.
Yeah. I mean, when he blew up the G-Wagon and sold the pieces in little cubes, that was kind of funny.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like that's what I was saying is like he didn't take a car that is going to get reproduced again. Like they're still making the G-Wagon. And he burned down his Ferrari in a cornfield, but you can still get those. Well, now you can't because that model's been discontinued. But at the time, you could still get them. They were still making them.
Yeah.
He didn't take a car that's 60 years old, 70 years old, and mess with it.
Fortunately, we still have Weston Champlin.
Yeah. You have your own issues with him because he's always wanting to do burnouts. But
I have issues with the color culture in general because of the burnouts. I always have. That's a me issue. So I recognize that. I'm not going to seek therapy or help for it. That's just,
No, I wouldn't expect you to.
And I did now. Full disclosure, I did enter a burnout competition.
Yeah, but you did it with Bobcat tires.
Right. If we're doing competition, screw it. I'm not putting weak little tires that will eventually fail. I'm going to put tires on there that either they will fail or the parking lot I'm in will fail. One of the two.
Something's
going to
break. It won't be me.
One of them's going to break, and it's not going to be my car. So, yeah, that was one of those. Well, sir, if we give you the trophy, will you just stop and go away and never come back? Okay. Sounds like a deal, mate.
Okie day.
And it turns out those Bobcat tires did way better than some of the street slicks that I tried.
You mean the tires that are solid rubber that don't have any give to them will do really good burnouts? No, say it ain't so.
I'm talking about... No, those needed to be inflated. They weren't solids. Those had to be inflated.
But they're still filled with urethane.
Well, not mine. Or air. Just air. I had to make special rims just to get them on the car. I took two Bobcat rims and then busted the centers out with the plasma cutter and then welded in heavy-duty centers.
Listeners, don't do that.
reasonably straight. It's fine. Unfortunately,
don't listen to him.
And the DOT stamp was on the center, so as far as the cops know, it's legal.
Don't do that. It's very dangerous.
Yes, especially about 45 miles an hour, because Bobcat tires really aren't meant to go very fast, and they start to get egg-shaped
they're made
pretty
to
quick.
Putter around a construction site, not tear across the interstate.
But boy, do they hook from stoplight to stoplight.
I bet. I was trying to talk somebody into getting a Beetle.
Yeah.
Because I think everyone should drive a classic Beetle at least once.
Yeah, I think it should be. Driver's ed ought to be the first car that's out there for them after they get off the simulator. All Beetles.
Yeah, classic Beetles.
Yes,
you can still get them in Mexico. So they don't make them anymore, but they're everywhere in Mexico. You just a few hundred pesos, a few $100, and you can get them Beetle. You'd probably buy the taxi right out from under the guy. I'll give you $200, American. Sold. Here's your car, sir.
Where would you like it delivered, senor? Delivery. I'll take it now.
Senor, I'll take it now. I'll drive it away. But
senor,
my thing was you can't.
Title costs you other $200.
Okay, for $400 for a Beetle, sold. For a running driving car, they made until the 90s.
It'll have a binnacle.
Fine, I don't care. That's why I was talking to a guy. I was talking to a guy in Hollowbrook about that, because I was like, they made the classic Beetle until 2001. There's only two kinds of Beetle. There's pre-73 and there's post-73, and that's it.
Yep, that's it.
They didn't change. They made them. They started making them in 1950, and they didn't change them until 1973. And then in 1973, it got a dashboard. And then after that, it didn't change, and they made it in Mexico until 2001.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, in Brazil, I think it was Brazil, they made a Beetle sports car thing. That's really cool. Where'd you go? Did you drop your headphones in the coffee cup now? He gone.
He did. He dropped his headphones in the coffee again, didn't he?
I would be.
You gone.
You
it
gone.
Was you.
It was
It was you. You disappeared.
Stay away from the soundboard.
No, I'm not driving now. Now I could use it.
It's too bad that doesn't go in the recording.
I know, it's really terrible it doesn't go to the recording. No, yeah, they made two Beetles. They made pre-73 and post-73, and that was it. That was the only change. There were some minor cosmetic stuff, but other than that, it was the same car for 50 years.
Well, the VW...
And realistically, it was the same car from 1950 to 2001, because the only difference was the dash. The car itself was exactly the same.
Well, there's small changes, like the Super Beetle and stuff, I think. Slightly different windshield and stuff, but yeah, right. Basically the same car.
Right, but you could put a Super Beetle windshield in a regular Beetle. It was just a different glass. It wasn't like a different car. All the stuff that you could put that came on a Super Beetle could go on a Beetle. They were just add-ons. They didn't change anything. Except
but it was
for
South America, Central South America got all the cool Volkswagens as far as I'm concerned, outside the original Beetle, because there was they gave the Beetle. All the Beetles, even the buses, pretty much ran on the same chassis.
We're all the same engine. They were all the same engine. That's why the buses were so anemic. So it made 90 horsepower, 93 horsepower was all that car ever made. It was not made for modern interstates.
On a good day with fuel injection.
Yeah. It might have made 70 on a carburetor. It's not a lot of power.
Oh, I think the original buses were in the 40s or 50s, something like that. The originals.
Yeah, they would barely get to 65. The Beetles will barely get to 65. The buses, you're lucky to get to 60. Downhill.
But what I'm talking about is they all use basically the same floor pan, because they have that interesting thing about the Beetle, which I always found impressive, was they used a sports car center spine, right? Like sports cars have, like Di Tommaso and all those fancy Italian sports jobs. They have a center spine that's basically the frame of the car, all the chassis attached to it and everything.
Well, that's because Ferdinand Porsche, the guy that's responsible for Porsche also was responsible for VW and the Beetle.
Yes.
Same guy.
Yes.
So he's just I have this sports car thing, the bathtub car, the original Porsche. And I was like, well, why don't I just take that body off and put a different body on the same chassis, and we'll make a people car.
Yeah. Which was a idea with Hitler. Hitler's idea was that it was the people's car, hence a Volkswagen, right?
Yeah, Volkswagen. Yeah.
Right. And
So it's the people's car. It's literally what it not literally what it translates to, but it's really close.
People could use the GMAC financing model of paying a few dollars every pay period, and they would get the car and a vacation condo, and they could drive the car back and forth across these things that he was envisioning called the Autobahn. And
are you saying Hitler's responsible for good ideas? Because people are really not going to like that.
I was saying that was
insinuating. Are you saying that Hitler had good ideas?
What I'm saying is that he was using that as a propaganda tool to get people into the So was it a good idea?
To distract from all the other things he was doing.
Was it propaganda? Yeah. Did it ever happen?
Would you say it was a solution?
No.
Would you say it was a solution? A final solution, even?
Okay. Stop. I'm trying to go somewhere here. Okay. And what happened?
Me too.
That whole thing with Porsche, like you're saying, was started there, and then Ferdinand Porsche was. Yeah, he was designing the people's car, and then somehow his floor pan got used and made into a German command car that you see, that kind of like the VW thing, right? But World War II-ish.
Well, it was the thing, but just predated the thing.
Right. It was more of a high Hitler vision.
They were just saying take the Third Reich.
Yeah. So after the war, the whole
for that comment,
that whole project was put aside after Germany surrendered. So there was no Volkswagen, there was no nothing, and it was the British.
There was no BMW, VW. there was no auto manufacturing in Germany after the war because they didn't have any factories left.
It was the British who revived VW.
Yes, they're like, oh, these are cute little cars. It was one guy. He found plans for the Beetle in a plant in Germany while he was there on deployment. When, hey, this is kind of a neat little car. I'll just save these for later.
Right, and it'll give the Germans something to do. We all know how they like to build things.
We all know how they like to build things.
The sad thing was, VW got their thing going and all that, and then there was a whole German invasion of VWs everywhere in the United States, and they became a whole cultural icon. And then what happened in 73? Well, we started getting these really crazy emissions and crash standards, right? Like your car had to hit at 5 miles an hour without doing any damage and whatnot. And you needed knee bolsters so the passengers slide forward. So no more under dash luggage rack for your Beetle. You had a knee bolster there instead. And so all the designs, the cool designs, went to Central and South America, where their motto is crunch all you want, we'll make more. Kind of like Doritos. And but look up like the VW SP1, which is like, I think that was built in Brazil. It's a really cool little low slung sports car, but it's still a Beetle underneath. It's neato. And then there was, of course, what would South America be manufacturing without a Brazilian? So there is a VW Brazilian as well, which is kind of like a weird square back wagon looking thing. But none of that cool stuff made it here to the United States because it couldn't pass emissions or the new safety bumper things. And so
also don't forget about the chicken tax.
Well, there's that. Yeah. So Central America, don't say you never got nothing. You got the cool Beetles or the cool VWs.
Yeah. And they still get those cool, and they still get all the car truck things that they won't sell here in America because wants them.
Yes, the Utes.
Yeah, Mexico has all kinds of really cool little Utes running around. Yes. They even have a little Dodge one. I was so mad because when I worked down in Laredo, Texas, which is just across the border from Mexico, and the Mexican carriers would drive their little Utes up, and I kept trying to buy it from them.
Yeah,
sell me your children, Maitre.
Sell them to me.
Your women, how much for your women? Your wives.
The little car, how much?
Yeah. It's like, how much? So no. I'm like, no, seriously, how much? Sell me the car. Give me the car.
I want to.
It was really cool. It was the size of a neon. It was like it was a little bit bigger than a neon, but it had a truck bed and it was 2-door.
Yeah, those things are so cool. We need them here. Subaru Brat isn't going to cut it. We need something else.
We need that too. I want a Brat. I want options. I love car trucks. I like the one of my favorite cars
right.
is the El Camino.
Yeah, it's like the
Or the
mullet of the
Ranchero.
car world. And everybody likes a good mullet. So
Yeah, a good mullet. Nobody likes a bad one.
right. And on that disappointment, it's time to say so long. Thanks for listening.
Even
Thanks for the
adios.
card and leather and carrier pigeon.
And leather.
And the leather.
It's with my leathers.
Oh, we know where that is then. If you need to reach us, you can email us at DrakeAndMaestro@outlook.com or leave a comment on your favorite podcast or video provider. And we'll see you next time. Adios. Wait.
Yeah, adios.
Wait.
What?
Tune in next time when the maestro says...
When I was a young warthog.
Adios.
Adios.
Strange, he left by the balcony.
Okay, now I got to go and do something. I don't know what that something is, but I have to go do it.
How dare you have to go and do something?
Dry off a pair of headphones. I know that's one thing I got to do.
Get the rice. Someone get the rice.
Rice in, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
I got to go change shop bags and whatever. And it's time to get some work done, apparently. And chase down contractors, all that good, all the better things.